Right?
Huh?
That'll end pretty soon, no?
No. It's like fuck another year of this. Listen, I already argued with my probation officer about it. I was like,
are we getting this? This is actually good.
I was like, are you gonna fucking bust me for smoking weed? And my probation officer was like, no, I'm not gonna bust
Is this being recorded? That's to be good for the show. All right, what's up, people? Welcome to the MMA Roasted podcast.
Man, are we on already?
Yeah, I think we're gonna keep
bitching about my guy. We're gonna need this.
We're gonna keep all that. That's good.
Good.
We are at Better Box Studios.
Officer.
Thanks to Speed Weed. Listen, I know Mayhem can't smoke weed, but the rest of you guys,
son of a bitch, this is like torture to me right now.
The rest of you guys,
I'm just let me vent a little bit before we start. You know how we're starting the show anyway.
Right, go on.
Nah, I can't fucking take the shit no more. I'm at Speed Weed Studios, and everybody's allowed to smoke weed except for me. It's like the whole world's fucking laughing at me, just like when I was in jail, just pointing at me. I'm stuck in a box where I can't get high, and all you guys are red-eyed at Integrity Farms, fucking blazing it up, and all of a sudden, I'm just a bone-sober motherfucker. Thanks a lot.
But you know what, Jason? Certain people didn't take things too far.
Yeah.
And you are not one of those people.
All right, I got banned.
So sometimes you got to have a stoplight. You know, otherwise some people can do the speed limit. You can't. You do 190
I'm just
miles.
running over yield signs every time I can. I know.
People are diving out of the way. Look, I think marijuana might be good for you, honestly.
Maybe. Allegedly.
But,
you know what? I think I can get a court order. I just need some fucking doctor to sign off on this shit.
Well, when you do get signed off on it,
there ain't no weed in this.
No, I promise. I got that at 7-Eleven.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Hey man, 7-Eleven is coming up these days.
So go to speedweed.com, mention MMA Roasted, you get $10 off, and they have everything. They have CBD sex lube, THC sex lube,
Wow.
they have marijuana, they have edibles, you name it, they got you covered. Marijuana gum, marijuana breath strips.
Fuck?
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
CBD in that?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, that'd be CBD butt plugs.
But speaking of CBD, I got to talk to you about Santa Cruz Medicinals, okay? Because they make CBD-infused MCT oil and coconut oil, and you can put it in your coffee.
Man.
Me and my wife put it in our coffee. It's great. My whole day is better. They also helps you with sleep. They have deep sleep capsules and adaptogenic mushroom capsules.
What the fuck, man? Listen, man, I think it's genius that you're reading the ads at the beginning of the thing, because people just turn off the damn podcast right now.
No.
At least we got the ads out there.
Go to scmedicinals.com. Use the code ROASTED for 10% off.
You said SC?
SC, like Santa Cruz Medicinals. Check them out. Great stuff.
Right.
I highly recommend them.
I'll check them out.
So how was your Halloween?
I mean, it was pretty awesome, I guess.
What'd you do?
It was like a weird, not Halloween.
What do you do?
I mean, usually I would get fucked up and lay amongst the, zombies. But this time, what the hell did I do?
It was Thursday?
I slapped the damn little kids in the face with candy bars.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
No,
full-size candy bars.
What do you mean you slapped kids
overhand throwing them at them.
This is a joke.
Scaring the shit out of them.
No,
look, Halloween is about a little bit of fear in your life. And I mean, what's more scary than mayhem screaming and throwing a full-size Snickers at your nose?
Nothing, actually.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, did you actually give out candy to kids?
Yeah.
That was nice.
Fun. I know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but I ran out quick. I mean, because I was pitching overhand.
Did you eat all the candy?
Nah, I didn't fuck with the candy. I don't really eat candy. I don't know.
Were you a big Halloween kid? I feel like you were a Halloween
kid.
Yeah.
I mean, until about 13 when I was just like a toilet paper and eggs kid. You know what I'm saying? I was a little dirtbag. I would just like to apologize to Jason DiCiano for exit taking a dump on your lawn on Halloween 1990.
Yeah, I used to throw eggs at cars. I apologize to anyone that I
eggs at cars.
When I was a 7th grader, before I got sent to boarding school.
You did?
Yeah, that's
such a rich kid thing to get caught up in. I'm over getting threatened with military school. You're getting tossed off the boarding school.
But it was a boarding school for kids who got kicked out of other boarding schools.
Yeah.
It was called the Hyde School. You couldn't lie, steal, cheat, drink, have sex. I had to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and cut bananas for the whole school. And then you had to have a job. You had to play a sport every semester. It was, you talk about your feelings.
Made you a better wrestler though.
Better person. It saved my life. It saved my life.
What?
It did.
But listen, you're not even you when you're 13, 14.
I was on the wrong road. I was on the wrong path. I was gonna
join
angry.
a gang of Orthodox Jews where you're You know what I mean? You guys were slapping the yarmulkes off your classmates' heads.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah. We put our. No, I wasn't. Yeah, we were the Bagel Brothers. We went around. No, it was one of those things. I was just I didn't. My mother left when I was 3, and I was really angry about that. You know, and then my stepmom and I did not get along, and I would look to seek approval of the worst kids in school, because those were the popular kids.
Yeah.
So I would be the kid that would just wanted to fit in with them.
Yeah.
So I was always looking for approval of who could just be the biggest shithead, and I was like, oh, pick me.
Ooh.
And
man, your life is bizarrely following a parallel right now. You're hanging out with me all the time.
Maybe. No, but you're.
No, but that's very interesting, dude. You're that's very telling. I feel like we're in therapy right now.
It was a little bit. But it was good. It was actually I got a big wake up call when all of a sudden I couldn't get away with anything. I was in Maine, and I was 85 pounds, and I was like, I'm running away.
You're in a Stephen King novel.
And they were like, what are you gonna do for money? I'm like, I'm gonna sell my baseball cards.
Hey, you know what? Another parallel. I feel like right now you're selling baseball cards to the kids right now.
So anyway, Halloween. So my Halloween.
You do, yeah.
So
what was the baby?
I took the baby to 3 different parties.
And was she? What did she?
She was the first one. She was a unicorn.
Oh.
And then she was Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell. Classic.
But this is my life right now. So we had a new teacher in this Mommy and Me class. You know, they play the music and this and that's me and all the nannies and moms usually.
Yeah.
And the teacher came in and they were playing the drums, and right away she takes the drum and puts it over and puts the kids in the drums and as a sled kind of thing. So now the kids are sitting in the drums, and now I'm like, no, because I know right away now Violet is gonna just turn the drum over every time, because now she realizes there's another use for this. Yeah, this is great.
It's a bowl,
right?
All right.
And I'm just like, because I know it's going to drive every other teacher crazy.
Yeah.
So the person who runs the place hits me up, because I go to every class. She's like, how do you like the new teacher? And I was like, oh, she was really good, except I'm not crazy about her turning the drums over. I'm now snitching on 2-year-old teachers.
Oh my God, man.
This is my life.
I hear you though. No, you got new responsibilities as a father. I get it.
Yeah, but I was annoyed about the drum thing. And then today I took her to they had Mandarin class.
Ooh.
They were teaching the kids Chinese.
We gotta talk to our overlords now, I guess. I mean, eventually they're gonna overtake us. You know, that one-child policy really screwed us over. There's just a bunch of pent-up tiny dick energy over there. They're just gonna. I don't know, bro. I guess I was locked up too long, where I just had this bubbling cooking up in my head, where I'm just thinking about, what if they just paratroop in just Chinese troops? I mean, even
you think that's gonna work? They can't win a fight in the UFC.
I know, yeah, but
except for the one girl.
Even though that, sure, every there's 2 guns for every American.
Yeah.
I mean, just number-wise, if they just.
First of all, they're not the best drivers. They'll probably crash the plane into each other.
The tanks will be all over the damn roads. Yeah, but I'm just saying, man. They could just usurp the whole America. Imagine if some of those backwater states, right, where there's no cities for miles, they just let's just say Wyoming. They just keep dropping C-130s full of Chinese soldiers.
Red Dawn?
For months and months, and they're just suddenly got a Wyoming overflowing with Chinese soldiers.
Well, you'd be in heaven with all the Asian girls you've hooked up with. You probably have them dancing in 12 seconds. You'll be doing that stupid dance that you made up.
You're living my fantasy. Yeah, I'll tell you. I don't know, dude. I guess I'm just paranoid, huh? I'm just making up.
No, I hear you. I hear you, but
all that Hong Kong shit is making me worried.
But back to the class. But back to the one-year-old class.
Yeah, one-year-old class.
So the one-year-old class that I was talking before we got into world domination.
Sorry. I really all this shit is.
No, my wife's grandparents are like that too. They're huge Trump supporters.
Oh, what?
And they probably think that this is a way for them to.
No, nobody's talking about it. That's the thing.
Well, he's talking about it. He's talking about China's our biggest enemy and China.
Are they?
I don't know if they are or not. That's what Trump keeps saying. However, you try to teach. It's hard enough to teach kids English that are
Chinese.
Teaching them Chinese.
Pretty rough.
Kids are running around, taking all the woman's props, putting it over their heads.
Yeah.
I'm filming it because it's hilarious.
Doing that squinty eye thing too.
No,
so offensive.
No, they're not doing that.
It's like little kids don't even know about cultural
They were not doing any of the squinty eye thing.
Oh, okay.
For the record, speaking of which, a guy that we're having on the show in like 15 minutes, Alex Nicholson,
Yeah.
he's cornering Mike Perry one time,
Yeah.
and he was fighting an Asian guy, and he goes, "You can't see you." His eyes are half closed, and that became a big thing. So that's the guy we're talking to. He's a good fighter, though. He's a really good fighter. He was in the PFL over the weekend.
Big racist.
I don't think he's a big racist. I think he actually might have thought that. I think that he was actually.
You thought his eyes were closed up?
Yeah, I honestly think that I'm not sure. Anyway, but it's gotten to the point now where with my wife now, like I spent so much time with the kid in these classes that the other night I was like trying to talk dirty to her, and I'm like, shh. I'm like, I want you to clap your hands so I know you're happy. Like I was doing the.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your ass cheeks.
Like,
That's rough, bro. That's rough. Hey, man, you know.
So, by the way, did you watch the fights over the weekend?
Yeah, I saw. So I didn't see them all. To be honest with you, I was real running around like a chicken with my head cut off this weekend. It was fun.
So Nate Diaz fought Masvidal for the baddest motherfucker.
I know, yeah.
And I knew whenever you hype something that much.
Bro, listen, I want to just apologize to everybody who caught me on the podcast. I got caught up in this Diaz hype. Like, I got caught up in it, and I didn't really look at it objectively. So I've been, like, kicking myself for, like, saying, yeah, just confidently, like, oh, yeah, Diaz got this. Well, I didn't really catch that you know, Masvidal is like really on a streak, like a hot streak, and he's really upped his game recently.
But Diaz looked so good against Pettis. I mean, it was easy.
I know, but at the same time, you know, styles make fights. And this kind of like dynamic striker with all these different moves, I mean, he just shut me up.
Well, I remember you telling me that Ellenberger was the best guy you ever trained with, one of them.
Yeah.
You were saying that he just fucks everyone up at the gym.
Yeah, he definitely had his, man, he just could handle his business, you know.
And then when Masvidal just was tearing him up, I was like, whoa. That's crazy when people tell you how good someone is at the gym, and then you see them get pieced up, you're like, like I remember going to, where was I? I was in Arizona at the lab, MMA lab, watching Ben Henderson train. Yeah. And I was like, dude, he's beating the fuck out of everybody while talking to his wife about babysitting and then their kids. But he's at a level that, like, I'm like, who could fuck this guy up? And then you see Michael Chandler just dominate him, and you're like, whoa. Yeah,
you know, but look, man, it's a game as old. I mean, it's the same story all the time. It's different styles. Totally, you know, you just know from, you know, everything, boxing, wrestling, you know, just because this guy can beat up this guy doesn't mean that, you know, it goes down the line, because every different body type and every different fight style has, like, you know, a chink in the armor.
Right.
Wait,
no, it's okay.
My bad. Okay.
Got it. This is, by the way, the rest of the show is not going to be bad Asian jokes.
No, I'm just saying.
Okay.
It's like one of those, like, weird, like, it's been grandfathered in. You get, like, the word.
Well, I know. We're not going to kamikaze these jokes. All right. So anyway, what did you think? Did you think the fight was stopped too early or no?
Nah, I mean, look. The damn doctor has to make the shitty decision, you know what I mean? And then change his name and go into witness protection program. But, like, when you see how bad his face is open, you know, the reality is, look, that fight was going to get stopped.
But it's also Nate Diaz. That's the only thing, though. I mean,
of course. This guy's a savage. He'll fight until he's dead. You can rip his face off, and he'll still get out there and fight. Of course, that's how. That's the business. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it was probably smart for him and for just, I don't know, for his future career. Oh,
I picked everyone. I picked all 5 wrong on this card.
I mean, dude, what the fuck happened? I know. I was like off. Like, I don't know. I guess when my, like, nerdy casual friends, like, text me like, yeah, I got $20 on Diaz, and I'm like, maybe I, like, picked wrong on this fight. Like, I got caught up in the hype too, you know. And I don't know. It's just we underestimated Masvidal. It happens. I like to get proven wrong. Like, I like to be
But
like...
when you were calling out Nick Diaz, right?
Yeah.
And you had made one video that was so funny.
Yeah.
I don't think it ever got released. I saw it at your house.
Really?
It was
Oh,
where
I don't
you were
know.
like, you made a video where you were pretending to be him, and you did a great impression of him,
Yeah, yeah.
like dead
I
on
remember
impression.
that,
It was
yeah.
like, don't be scared, homie.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like your agent came to your house to look at it.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is crazy. But
Fight
what
hype,
what
man.
did you see about Nick Diaz that you thought you could beat him?
Oh, no, I just, look, back then, like, the way that my skills were developing, where my wrestling was, like, becoming dominant and I was, like, getting really good at it, I realized that I could, keep the pressure on him and, like, because my jiu-jitsu is good, too, I wouldn't get submitted. So I just, figured I'll just put it on him like that, to keep a top position and ground and pound and just wear him out and eventually get his back. That was my plan. But what the hell are you talking about? That was like
Well, I'm still though. I just wanted to know though. I mean, when all those guys jumped you on CBS,
Yeah, I've been jumped before.
Did any of them land any shots on you?
No. I know what to do. When you get jumped, it's pretty smart. Like I double legged, I think Nate, and then like, buried up underneath there, so that way I didn't get kicked or hit or... Look, I grew up in the ghetto, bro. I know how to get jumped properly without getting fucked up.
Is it what? There's an actual maybe you should actually make a video how to get jumped
not to get
and
fucked
not
up.
get fucked
Bro,
up.
I know the techniques. Let me tell you, I've been everywhere.
But it looked like your body was being stretched out a little bit, like you were holding and then your
You're
legs.
the only guy I know on earth that will like analyze a like street fight YouTube video and like break down the technique, and then go find the dude on Facebook and tell him what he needs to do better.
No, I don't.
What the street
fuck
fighter
that. Are you
needs to
kidding?
work
I
on.
would never ever. I don't know what I would do if
Just
I had the
trolling
whole
Reddit
scrap
all
pack
day long
trying
for
to
street
beat me
fights.
up. That was crazy. I mean, but it just seemed like you were like holding on to one of them, and then the other guys had your legs or something.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was like.
The security guards were in it. The fucking Gus. I
anybody have
remember
yours-
thinking like Gus Johnson like saying on the damn thing like
This thing's happening at
these
MMA, right?
days, and I was like, no, they don't.
It's never happened.
Yeah,
before.
it never happened. But I was like, yeah, man.
Did anyone have your side in that when that was
No,
going on?
I know. I was like, how come I got jumped and I got in trouble and I had to pay a fine too?
But even during the jumping, did anyone actually fight for you or no?
No.
No,
What?
it was
Come
just
on.
you versus the whole scrap pack.
Bro, I get down.
Yeah, of course. Is what's the name on the? Is Alex on the line right now? All right. Of course not.
Yeah, he said no.
Did you watch any of the Gastelum fight?
No.
That
Wait,
was
Kev
Kelvin.
Gastelum?
Yeah, against Darren Till.
No. Talk about it.
So Kelvin Gastelum, who is everyone that I know that's trained with him says they kill him in training. They're like, this dude in the gym is lazy, comes late, leaves early, but turns it on for his fights.
Yeah.
Like he's just one of those dudes where like people told me, the people who've lost to him told me that they've 25'd him in sparring, but in the actual fight, Kelvin beat him in one round.
He shows up, man.
He shows up.
Yeah.
He's just that guy.
Huh.
But this fight, he didn't show up.
Really?
It was one of those things where he couldn't get going. And also, this is not his weight class. He's a 170 pounder who kept missing weight because he's like this fat, chubby, undisciplined dude.
Oh, really?
And I love him to death. He's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
But he just loves food. He's a Mexican dude whose parents love feeding him.
Oh, he's the Ruiz
He
of
loves
MMA.
he's basically the Ruiz of MMA. If he wasn't doing MMA, he'd be twice as big. And he kept missing weight by like 6 pounds, 7 pounds, 8 pounds. But I'm 5'10" and a half, and I'm probably like 3 inches taller than him. He's not a tall guy at all. He's just wide and fat.
Yeah.
So he goes up to 185 and he fights Tim Kennedy. And Tim Kennedy's like, I'm going to teach him a lesson. And he knocks out Tim Kennedy, right? And then he goes and knocks out Bisbing.
He's just a
And
talented
then
dude. Yeah.
he's a great boxer. He was a state champ wrestler.
Wow.
And people in Arizona said he was a guy that like everyone was like, he was like the 8th seed in the tournament and like won the whole thing.
Dark horse.
He's a guy that always performs. And then after college, he became a bail bondsman.
Nice.
And then he dropped out of college because he missed his mom, missed his dad, missed his mom, moved back home with his sister and his mom. And he's one of those guys where like he was supposed to fight Cerrone in MSG.
Yeah.
And he missed weight.
Yeah, I remember.
And then he said his mom yelled at him like for missing weight. But You realize how young he is?
Where's he training? Who's
He trains over at Rain or at the old at King's MMA.
Really?
Yeah,
Awesome.
and
No wonder. Yeah, that makes sense.
But even when he stepped on the scale this time, Rafael Cordero, he leaned on Rafael Cordero to make weight at 185. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So, and then now they said the New York State Athletic Commission is looking into it because they said he leaned on him to make weight, which is also the second time it's happened in New York. The last time it was Daniel Cormier. I think he had like a towel.
Yeah.
And he leaned on the towel.
The famous floating towel.
Yeah, the towel gate. They keep getting past the New York.
New York's got some sketchy stuff going on. They don't give it.
So he ends up against Darren Till. He just couldn't get it going.
Oh, really?
He's a guy also never uses. He has short arms.
Yeah.
And he should not. So when he fought Chris Weidman, he got fucked. He dropped Weidman. Weidman came back and submitted him, but it looked like a good small dude versus a good big dude. And I do fear that he beat Jacare.
Yeah.
So
this guy is just one of those dudes. It sounds like Till came in with a good program. Like he came in with the smart game plan. What was the result? You said it was
30-27. Maybe it was 29-28.
There you go.
I think it was 29-28. But it was also one of those things where Till is coming off 2 knockout losses, and I think people were so hyped on Till because he beat Cerrone and he was just fucking up everybody. Then Woodley knocked him out, and then he got knocked out by Masvidal, and it was like everyone just sort of just next, and people were sleeping on Till.
They counted him out, and this guy put it together, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
And his wrestling looked good. I mean, so Kelvin apologized, and first he said Till, he's looking at Till as a stepping stone, right? And then they announced that on the thing. And then he goes on Twitter and goes, guys, I never said he was a stepping stone, fake news. And then someone actually put the thing together of when he said, he goes, oh, my bad. I guess
he's pulling a little Donald Trump maneuver, huh?
Yeah.
Where you just say something that you don't mean.
He's a really good guy, though.
Right.
I mean, Kelvin's one of those dudes that he's a nice person.
Well, it doesn't sound like his career's over.
No.
You know what I mean?
But he shouldn't be at 185. According to, what's his name, that guy that used to be the Dolce, said he should be 55.
Really?
That's what Dolce said.
I don't know. It sounds like he's got muscle mass that, you know what I mean? He's got some fat boy in him, but at the same time, a lot of dudes, hide their physique behind a damn some chub.
Yeah.
What's up? We got the guy on the line yet, or what?
I'm trying to get him. He was supposed to be on the show today, coming in the studio, Alex. And then he canceled. He came to my show last week. He came to my show in Vegas where I headlined, and I made the guy cry laughing. He's like, dude, I cried. And then I invited him to the Laugh Factory Saturday. And I hate when people see me twice in a week because I feel like they're gonna hear the same jokes in a week,
bro.
And then be like. Judge me, I'm gonna let him down. And then I'm like, well, am I gonna do all new jokes just for this person?
Right.
You know, and plus I was hosting, so I'm only doing 10 minutes. So I feel like I kind of just disappointed him the second time in my head.
Well, you're kind of pulling the curtain back and letting these, guys see. Because if you just watch a comedian one time, you think this guy is just coming up with this shit on the fly because you're doing it so naturally. But yeah, it's like a bag of tools you got there, and you just keep busting them back out. Yeah, the guy should feel good that he got.
No, I like him. And then he brings his wife, right? Who is this nice Russian girl? I'm like, okay, it's like a sort of sweetheart, right? And here's a guy that I want you to meet him because he started fighting on gas stations in Florida, and it's where he began his career fighting on gas stations. He came up twice in a night, this, that. And I meet his girlfriend, beautiful girl, or wife, and then I add her to, I'm like, oh, I gotta tag her on Instagram. She's got 600,000 followers. Yeah. She's half naked and
Bro, hot chicks always got, all you gotta do is have some hot chicks on Instagram and you get,
But it's 600,000?
Yeah, bro. I used to date a girl, I had no idea that she was even YouTube kind of celebrity, and she had 1 million followers of her just going hee, and she would just you know what I mean, give a little titty shot, and then I'm just meanwhile I'm over here trying my best to like do the best,
trying to cure cancer and
trying to save the world, and I'm got 6 likes.
Oh, that's like that. It's like that whenever I write like a positive thing, like, hey, just like I did a show yesterday for blind people. I swear to God, I did a show at the Braille Institute at noon, right? And
it was a
noon show. All
right.
And at first I was like, of course I'll do that. Why not, right? But I go there, and the first comic, and a lot of times, I'm not going to get the comic's name, but you could get into your own head. So the guy goes up there and he goes, I heard there's a lot of industry here. Like, dude, these people are like blind. They have walkers. Like, he's just being, and he goes, well, I could see better than you guys. Or it's just something that it's like, and then
what?
And they started heckling him.
They did?
Like, one guy's like, I'm funnier than you. And now he's getting heckled by blind people. Like,
at least they weren't even facing the right way heckling them. That's a bummer. Yeah.
The guy walked people. They were bumping into the wall. That's how angry they were. So then the next comic goes on, and he's like, he was funny. He was like, I think I'm gonna get laid after this show. Like, he made fun of himself,
Yeah.
And the other person, the girl was like, it was like a chubby girl. She's like, most people don't like me because of my body, but you guys don't like me because of my personality. Like, make fun of yourself.
Yeah.
I just did my jokes. They loved it.
Yeah.
He just shit on blind people.
Wow.
Like, I was
brilliant.
Yeah. It was crazy. It's like, and then I'm like, how do I get out of here? The guy gave me the wrong directions. I'm like, oh, it's like the blind leading the blind. Like,
idiot.
Boom.
God.
So that was that. And by the way, I got an email of someone that watched I have a special on Amazon Prime. Right?
Yeah.
This lady emails me. She's like, hey, I watched your special with my daughter, my 16-year-old daughter. I got to say, I like a lot of the jokes, but some of the jokes I thought were inappropriate. You're a father now. And, the whole vagina joke. I'm like, who the fuck? I didn't even ask you to watch my fucking special. Like,
yeah, you did.
No, well, I didn't ask.
Oh, my God. At the end of every podcast, you say,
but I didn't ask her personally. I didn't say, listen, fucking Roper. Like, I like fucking.
Yeah.
Like,
Ebert. So roll over in your grave.
So I just wrote back cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, you should have just wrote K. You totally missed a chance right there
K,
to hit somebody with a K.
Yeah.
When anybody hits me with a K, I just feel like throwing my phone at them. Right? How dare you K me? You can write O. K.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a little less, but just a K.
Yeah, that's
just like write me off.
There should be a K emoji. It's even worse than a K.
Man, you're right.
Like, it's just gotta
Maybe we should hashtag something where, you know what really gets me is that thumbs up.
Oh, yeah.
That thumbs up looks to me, I know there's a middle finger emoji now, but that thumbs up might as well be a thumb up my ass.
Dude, I knew this. Dude, I know this wrestling coach.
Who thumbed you in the ass?
No, he was
Sorry.
there was a kid on the team. There were 2 kids on the team, right?
Yeah.
And I got him the job coaching.
Yeah.
And there's one kid named Steve, and there was a black kid named Steve. So he called him Black Steve.
I heard about that guy.
So
I heard Black Steve's a good wrestler.
I'm sure he was, but of course, you can't. It's 2019. You can't call someone Black Steve.
What?
Yeah, on a high school wrestling team.
That's news to me.
So it goes. So the kid's mom texts him like, "Hey, I don't appreciate you calling my son Black Steve." The whole thing. and then his go-to is the black thumbs up emoji.
so he gave
He gave it to her, not even realizing that he did that.
Bro, I always. Am I racist? Now you're making me think I'm racist because I always use the black juggler emoji for happy.
What, a black juggler?
There's a juggler, and if you click and hold, you can get the black juggler. For some reason, I feel like a black juggler is happier than a white juggler.
I don't think I've ever seen a black juggler.
Is that racist?
No.
I've never seen a black people are too cool to juggle.
I've seen black guys juggle white chicks.
Yeah, me too.
but not actual. So, all right, is this dude here or no?
Bro, why are you trying to avoid talking about real issues that matter? Black Steve.
Black Steve, yeah. So, all right. So the other fights went on. Do you see the Kevin Lee knockout?
Yeah.
Oh,
amazing.
my God.
Yeah. And look, that's another thing I'm an idiot about because I was like, Kevin should use his wrestling. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, and Kevin just knocked this guy into outer space.
Dude, this guy had never lost a round in MMA, Gillespie. He was a national champion, almost an Olympian, and what do you think he did wrong here, though, Mayhem?
Well, all right, let's break it down right here. So, look, see that head shake? He's trying to look like he's wrestling, but There we go. This guy is.
Was that a bad shot right there?
Well, because look how he's standing. Look how Lee is standing.
Yeah.
Like this is an anti-wrestling stance right here. Like he's ready to not wrestle. He wants to box. You can tell. You can tell by how see how he's bent over like this. He's ready to sprawl when he needs to.
Right.
And as far as this goes right here, the jab, see right there, he connected with 2 jabs there. So he's dominating this space. Now instead of Gillespie, see, he gets tagged right there too.
So what should Gillespie be doing here?
Well, I mean, I think he should change his style. I mean, it's not good to keep hanging out in this boxing range when you keep getting tagged like that. Like, he already got tagged twice right here.
Yeah.
It's easy for me to sit here. In the moment, it's hard to change your mind. But if I was in his corner, I'd be advising him to use some leg kicks, because when you're bent over like Lee is like this, it's harder to, check leg kicks or stop from getting
you're
kicked.
saying press him against the cage? Kind of a thing?
Well,
like
no. I would say
boxing, or like how?
I would say switch from this. Look, you're obviously losing the boxing battle right here. See, another jab got through.
Yeah.
Okay, so why not change to like a kickboxing battle, and then you can change from a kickboxing to wrestling. Like, make it more dynamic. But he's staying in this range, and see that kick right there, kind of like. Showed you what is about to damn happen. I don't remember how fast this happened.
It was right here. It was basically right here. It was a lead left kick to the head.
I know. Yeah. No, it was a hook, and then it was a right. It was kind of a right and then a left, right?
It was a right
and a left kick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he kept his head in this mid range, and then Kevin figured it out. And I mean, dude, props to Kevin. This is like one of the sickest knockouts I've seen in a while.
Do you think it was also Faraz Jahabi, GSP training him for this?
Look,
like, do you think they saw something in
Gillespie? Didn't
Gillespie?
have a healthy enough fear of this guy's kickboxing, and kind of for a reason, because he had a bad fight though. His last fight, it was kind of like
Dos Anjos.
Yeah.
Oh,
there we go.
Right there, yeah.
So it was he kept his head in that range, right where the end of Kevin Lee's kick was, and so it was bound to happen.
That was crazy.
Yeah. So earlier in the round, you can see that. Yeah, there he goes. Man, that's a damn brutal one. But earlier in the round, you could see that Kevin was landing those shots, those big shots, and Kevin just figured out that.
So you're in his corner. You're screaming what?
Man, I would advise to like go for leg kicks and kind of avoid this range that he kept getting tagged in, because that wasn't the first time he got tagged. That wasn't the first time he got tagged.
So he should be more far away or closer?
Yeah, both. You know what I mean? Because look, the Gillespie's a good wrestler, but Kevin was just posted up with his torso bent over so that he couldn't really wrestle. So I would say now it's only the first round. Work some leg kicks, get away. Get away, because right here he gets knocked the fuck out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like Freddie Roach once told me, the guys who knock you out like that are doing you a favor. Sometimes it's the sustained beating that really fucks you up.
Oh, for sure.
Do you think that's like something like this with Gillespie, that this is a career killer, or he could just sort of
could be?
It
could be. I mean, look, we've seen so many guys. Look, in boxing, a guy takes one knockout like this, and they would always say, "Oh, he's done," because the reality is you can't keep getting knocked out like that. It's reality. And I don't even know exactly Gillespie's record or how many.
It was undefeated, never lost,
exactly.
never got hit.
So
like
maybe
that.
he can come back from this. It's a traumatic event. I never got knocked out, but I took some beatings where maybe I should have. You know what I mean? Where.
But is anybody in MMA taking that kick and not getting knocked out?
Who knows? I mean, look, good old Nate took a big kick and didn't get KO from that. But I don't think it was as big as that one.
But he got kicked by Josh Thompson and got knocked out.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But, different people's chin
Even if he had his hand up though, would that have prevented it?
It's possible. You know, who knows how hard that kick was? It looked really hard. But if you look here again, this right hand, and then the fact that he shifts his weight like this, I mean, that kick wasn't even at the height of its strength. I don't think. I think a few inches more to the right, it would have been.
So like Gillespie right here, should Gillespie's hand be up?
Of course, but he was taking a goddamn hammer from that right hand too. You know, you maybe just that kick by itself wouldn't have KO'd him, but the fact that he got his head jacked over to the left by that right hand, and then, you know,
because I was trying to think, what could Gillespie have done differently?
Like I said, if you would have stayed at his head, see as his head stays in this range, he already had taken some damage from punches earlier in the round.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, people like think that it's just one kick that knocks you out. Yeah, maybe, but also he already took abuse earlier in the round that definitely contributed to this knockout.
Yeah, that was
a tough one. Yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah. I mean,
man, Joe Rogan just shit his pants.
I mean, that was nuts.
Yeah.
That was reminding me a little bit of the Mark Coleman.
Oh yeah, I know. Pete, bit old Petey, huh?
Yeah.
That was
Pete Williams.
It looked kind of like
Pete
that.
Williams. Yeah. Coleman, but that one, Coleman was like dead tired, and just,
I know,
this was like so early.
I mean, so early, but like I said, you know, earlier in the round, he took some damage.
Well, there were a lot of guys that they said hype trains derail. I don't know if it's a hype train derail because, you know, Gillespie's a national champion. You don't get to be a national champion in wrestling without being able to come back from beatings and coming back from it. Just the guys.
But at the same time, I don't know if he's ever ran into a guy with the power like that. You know, Lee actually hasn't really showcased his power until this fight. Really, I mean, he has in the past, but not like this.
He looked, and you know the thing about, he was at Extreme Couture, but he was getting his boxing by Dewey, and Dewey was in a corner, but he seemed like he is also a guy that was heavily on social media, fighting with everybody for a while, and then he took a break, got off social media, got his life kind of together, went to Toronto. And a good example of sometimes what to do if you're too much in that. Like, I mean, Ben Askren, I love Ben Askren, but I feel like he might have been better off not trolling people and this and that. Because it seemed like before Twitter, it's
a new world, where guys like have to balance their fight careers with this social media. And the UFC wants the guys on social media and wants the guys hyping their fights because, you know, that sells tickets.
But I've seen guys lose fights and before they ever in the locker room tweet out, "Sorry guys, I let everybody down." And I'm like, "Dude, you didn't let anybody down. Get the fuck off social media. You're doing fine. Everybody's gonna live. You did your best. Shit happens."
Yeah, it's a new planet out there because, you know, I mean, just look at the culture in general. The people are like, you know, they're reporting that the kids' suicide is way up. Because everybody's like putting their, and I was guilty of it too. Now I don't give a shit. I'm not really on there. But like when you have this constant stream of dopamine where you're like looking at your feed and you're like, oh, cool. And then now you put your, you put all your value into this social media, this crazy, you know, interactive experience. And then you get all this negative feedback. You know, it's just,
dude, I'm guilty of that.
It's unnatural. It's an unnatural thing.
Dude, you know how many YouTube comments
you know how hard it is to like get everybody to tell you you're a piece of shit, like back in the day before social media. Now everybody with the damn thumb can tell you you're a piece of shit.
I was worried about you for a second, for a while. But
oh my God,
I remember you saying, "I'm closer to the people on the internet than I am to my real friends."
Bro,
I was like, listen, Mayhem, the people
not real.
on the internet are not. They're just behind us eating popcorn, watching this. Your real friends are the ones telling you, get your shit together.
Yeah, I know. I know. But you know, when you and I was like an early adopter of all this technology, where you know you jump feet first into this fucking internet, you know, and I feel like I got burned a lot, so that other people could kind of figure that out, you know. And I hope people now realize that how social media can affect you, you know, negatively, and people are.
People haven't. Even me. Like even these, like we put up things on YouTube. You know, I go there. I put it up on YouTube. It takes me hours to upload it. All this shit. I put it up there, and people write, "I'm only here for Mayhem. I'm only here for Colby."
Keep posting, kids.
Why do you have to let me know? Like dude, I'm giving you a free show,
giving me free Mayhem,
and then
and they're still complaining.
What do you want from me? Like, I'm like, thank you. Okay, you don't like me. Great.
Everybody likes you.
Just watch the fuck. I'm only here for man. Well, I guess if that's the only thing they can come up with, it's like fine. But it's like I don't understand that mentality. I don't think I've ever in my life commented on anybody's YouTube channel ever.
Because I know most people don't comment.
I don't even want to log in.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I don't even know my password.
I don't even know my Instagram password still.
But it's like fucking people tell you I'm only here for man. Okay, you're on. Great, you're there for man, but you're here.
You're still here.
Like fucking
sons of bitches.
It's annoying as fuck. Another they say hype train derailed. You see the one with Johnny Walker?
Yeah.
That fight?
Yeah. What happened? Like,
so Johnny Walker has this guy who's just been murdering people.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, knocking people out left and right. Just killing people, this dude. And he fought this guy, Corey Anderson, who everyone's been looking over because Corey lost a couple fights. Corey's been talking a lot of shit about Jon Jones, back and forth. Jon Jones has been laughing at him, get some wins first. Everyone's been looking over Corey Anderson. Yeah. Johnny Walker's a guy that's like breakdancing afterwards, and he's been beating people like quick.
I know, yeah.
And Corey Anderson just took it to him. I mean, I don't know if this is Johnny Walker being exposed or being careless or just having his hands down or this was going to happen eventually or people are now figuring out there's enough videos out on
That's
him.
I brought that up last time. The fact that once you have a library out there, it's easy for someone to sit at home, with their coach, pick out, okay, how do we beat this guy and figure it out.
Now, how many fights did you have where you had no idea who you were fighting?
Back in the day, all the time. Back in the day, I would show up. Yeah.
Now, some people think this was stopped too early because but I mean, I could see it. Kind of, and then Corey apologized afterwards for the way he reacted.
Well, in the heat of the battle, I think hype.
Yeah,
but at the same time, I mean, there's a case to be made that stopped early. I don't know the 205-pound weight class.
But see the way his hands are.
Yeah, he's not defending himself at this point.
But do you think this is a case of like an Anderson Silva thing where like he's doing everything wrong until it doesn't work anymore or until he gets caught? Because even like at the beginning of the fight, rewind it for a little bit. Please, Gage. Thank you, man. You're the best. He starts off the fight. His hands are like he's doing this weird like capoeira thing almost, where he's like he's like kind of like karate style. His left hand is totally down. His head, he's moving his head, but he's like, I'm gonna have fun. He's always laughing, having a good time. This other dude's hands are right up. Yeah. I mean, you can't. He's just like, all right, and. Eventually, that style, I think, is going to get you caught unless you're Roy Jones Jr. and this is 1995.
Look, once you kind of master the rules, you can bend them and you can break them. But I mean, that really didn't serve him. Yeah, being cocky, sometimes cost you.
He went right over it, right? Yeah. I mean, do you think he planned that?
Like I said, it looks like he planned that. I mean, it wasn't like. He seized the opportunity. Anderson looked like he seized the opportunity and just went over the top. Because if the guy is flailing his arms around like that, go over the top of his hands. It looks like he came in with a good game plan and gave him the business.
He did, and then now Anderson then says to Dana White, "Why are you looking me over? Blah blah blah. Yeah. I should be next to Jon Jones." Mm-hmm. Meanwhile. At the end, he did some kind of dance when they raised his hand, and then Jon Jones captioned the thing and did that emoji with the hand across the face, like, like please, like what are you doing? Like this dance, and then Jones was making fun of him for
what his
he did some kind of weird this. No, but it gets even worse. He does some kind of weird thing, and then Jon Jones is just making fun of him.
Well, good. I mean that's what needs. I don't know if he's. He could be Jon Jones, but I wouldn't mind seeing it, to be honest. It seems
like everybody falls apart when they fight Jon Jones.
Well, Jon Jones is so dynamic. He has so many different styles, and he's such a versatile fighter.
That thing, he did something weird. Just kind of weird shimmy. I forgot what it was. It was like, but Jones put it I forgot.
He makes fun of his dance.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? If he has if he can beat up Jon Jones, I'd like to see him dance.
Of course. Jones is one of those guys that it's like you tell the kids, I always tell my kids, look, there are certain people in this world that cannot study and they'll get A's. They cannot train and they have great cardio. They cannot do this. No one in this room is like that, including me.
But the guy,
Jon Jones is that guy.
But well, I mean, but also you can't say that the guy didn't study.
No, he works
hard. The guy works hard,
No.
and he's exceptionally
But a lot of his
talented.
teammates have told me that he doesn't really work that hard in the gym.
Yeah.
That he doesn't go to all the practices.
Look, what I've seen over my years and years of training and fighting is I've seen guys who are naturally talented, and it's always those guys who it doesn't really seem like they're putting the effort.
Oh, okay.
But
they are.
They are. And it's like Rampage always got shit for being lazy at training. And yeah, to an extent, that was kind of true.
He was ballooning up to 300 pounds.
No, but I'm talking about back in the day.
Prime
you know what I mean?
Rampage,
Back in
yeah.
the Pride days. Like, they would say that he wouldn't train hard, but
He would.
I was there.
Okay.
So, and I saw
So you're saying
train his ass
you're
off.
saying that...
Yeah, I'm sure there are days that Johnny Jones is a lazy bastard. But more often than not, he puts the effort.
But what do you think about the word on the street, which I think he actually confirmed was before the Gustafsson fight, he was bringing in escorts to practice the week of, doing Molly, cocaine.
Wow.
And then John...
He passed the piss test.
And,
Jesus
and
Christ.
Cormier brought it up during a press conference. He goes, you were sandblasting hookers.
Sandblasting?
Which I don't even know.
I don't even know what that means.
No, like a week before the fight. And then Jones goes, yeah, that was the best week of my life. So like, he's not... That's the Jones I like. At least own up to it.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
What's the Bible say about sandblasting hookers?
I don't know. When I met Jon Jones, he was a real nice guy.
Hey, you know what? I mean, dude, it's working for him, I guess. Whatever.
Is it? Or, I don't know. A part of me feels like, how good would Jon Jones have been if all this shit, there's the no picograms and hitting the pregnant chick and fleeing the thing, and then cocaine.
But he's like the champ, right?
He's the champ.
He's the undefeated
But he got it taken away. He got the ball taken away. Then he
yeah,
came
of course,
back.
I know. But at the same time, like, something's working.
Everything's working in the octagon.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No denial. There's no denial.
I hate to say it like that, and I don't think any like little kids should aspire to it, and that's why they like go ahead and try to cover all that stuff up,
But is this going to end well? I mean, like
look,
we've seen. But look in the '80s, right? All those great athletes. The
Darryl
Lawrence
Strawberry.
Taylor, Darryl Strawberry,
Yeah.
Dwight Gooden, who's now doing celebrity boxing next month.
Nice.
Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa.
Well, what was wrong with Barry Bonds? He's doing a shit ton of steroids. Looks like a damn ham hock.
Yeah, but you look at these guys, you're like, what if you guys just didn't do all that shit?
What? You think Barry Bonds would have hit that many home runs with all that juice in his
He would have
ass?
been a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have had the big asterisk. He wouldn't have been like he would have had a much better career post baseball.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, but just also kind of bullshit because why did they let A-Rod commentate, not
Look,
Barry Bonds?
it's capitalism run rampant, isn't it?
I just wonder how Jon Jones would have been looked as the best ever.
What? He would have got more Bud Light ads? I don't get it.
No, but just his legacy. You don't think about his legacy? Like, it wouldn't even have been. I don't think people would even. They say everyone considers Fedor and GSP the best ever.
Yeah.
Right. And then you say Jon Jones. And people go, oh, yeah, but Jon Jones tested
positive. Asterisk there, huh?
Kind of.
You're trying to take away Lance Armstrong's racing titles.
Fuck.
I mean, it's kind of like a blurry line out there.
I think it's much worse to do steroids in MMA because you're hurting somebody.
Injuring someone else.
I mean, if you want to ride a bicycle and do steroids, like
do as much juice as you want.
And you have one testicle, like who are you really hurting?
Your testicle.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you're riding a bike, you're.
Yeah, I know, huh?
But,
no one brought that up.
I mean, who are you really hurting? I think in MMA it's different when someone's on a steroid. I'll tell you, like TRT Vitor Belfort was
pretty awesome.
The best fighter in the history of the game.
Yeah, and I mean it was medically allowed at the time.
That was like a video game.
I know, yeah. He did look like brand new and young.
Dude, he fucking knocked Bisping's eye out of his head.
Yeah.
And I hope Bisping, I love Bisping. I understand why he fucking hates him so much. I'd want to kill fucking Vitor Belfort. What? His eye's gone.
I know.
I mean, fucking shout out to Bisping for being such a great, sport about things.
Yeah.
Did you guys have real beef when you him? Just that one
we were
time,
cool,
right?
Yeah.
By the way, was Usman your wrestling coach?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm so happy to see Usman for doing the damn thing because I brought him into the Ultimate Fighter to coach the guys.
How did you know him?
From because I was friends with Mo Lawal, and like they were, and then so I had contacts with the Olympic Training Center, and he was training for wrestling. So yeah, I brought him. I gotta call him up actually.
Did you know he was gonna be as good as you knew he was gonna?
Bro, he was wrestling his ass off when he was hanging out with me. He didn't know how to box at all, but when he was wrestling, I was like, this guy. If he wants to, I told him, if you want to go to MMA, dude, you're going to do really great. And I'm glad he did.
So Nicholson's ready?
Is he?
Is Alex Nicholson ready or Hector Lombard?
Right here.
Oh, there he is. What's up, man? So, all right, we got to put the things on. All right,
so. Yeah, cannot hear.
All right, we got Alex Nicholson here. How are you, man?
I'm doing well. How are you guys today?
Good. Now I met Alex at the comedy club. He came. This dude's one of the best. You got totally screwed last week. By the way, thanks for coming to 2 comedy shows in the week. Thank you for coming to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. It was a good time.
No problem. So his last fight against Barroso, which is a guy that he lost very close. It was in the PFL playoffs, and you would have won that fight, but they said that you kicked the guy 3 times in the balls. But when they actually slow motion, it was really only 1 time, right?
Ball don't lie, man.
What?
Ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie.
That's what Lance Armstrong
Now,
said.
did you kick him at all in the balls? It seemed like he was faking it, no?
I think one of them grazed, but I mean, if you invest in a good cup, as we all know, you could literally pound me with a baseball bat in the nuts and it'd be fine. I mean,
that's what I do every weekend with the chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it was just a weird situation. And the first one really kind of threw me off because I utilized body shots a lot, and I know it was above, the line of his shorts. Even on the replay, it wasn't even questionable. And Herb Dean was kind of looking at me like, "Oh, sorry, man," but it's like, I need him in the liver, then I need him in the head, and I got the job done in less than like 2 minutes, and I thought the fight was pretty much going to be over. And then, he's, first of all, if you get hit in the balls, you drop straight to the ground, and that's it. You don't have time to celebrate the fact that you got hit in the balls. I think it's men we'd all agree. Yeah. I mean, but it was just weird. It's a weird situation, and on top of it, we had an exciting little bit of fighting in between all these ball shots, and he's a tough guy. He took shots most people wouldn't take and survived. I even almost put him in two submissions, but it was a lot going on. But I'm still here, and I'll be back. It was just a really weird situation the way it played out.
Are you healthy, man? Or everything good? No injuries or anything, so you can get right back in?
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready to go tomorrow if I got to. There's nothing wrong with me at all. And that's, as we all know, that's the biggest blessing, walking away with no injuries.
Well, the 3rd time you kicked him, he went down and you celebrated. Like, you put your hands up. Like, that was like...
That's rough.
That was one of the funny...
I really, when it was all said and done, I wanted to really run across the ring and kick him in the balls for real once.
Hey, that's big of you to admit that, you know what I mean?
Or imagine at the end of the fight, I faked a handshake and I kicked him in the balls.
You would have been a legend. But then
he would have been like, "Oh, he was doing it. He was doing it." Oh.
But then he couldn't continue. Then they asked you if you could continue to fight the next fight, to fight Jared Rosholt. And then what happened?
It was like a weird field sobriety test, man. This old doctor comes back, tells me to bounce on one leg and hold my breath and pat my stomach and rub my head, and then he tells me I'm not fighting. Like, it was less than 20 seconds. And I mean, we've all been through concussion protocol as a fighter. They put a light in your eyes, they maybe tap your nose, tap their fingers, and then, it was just weird. They cleared me to fight. They told me I'm fighting Jared Rosholt, which is like, sweet, I get to go unwrap a Christmas present and then fucking cash a check. Yeah. And then it just was all taken from me. I pretty much had to be escorted out of there by the Nevada police for telling me I can't fight. I was ready to fight. And then Barroso, who, he should have gotten Emmy for his acting, he was ready to fight too. And then they,
Now, were you running down the hallway and they were like, had to contain you?
What was the reasoning? I don't understand.
Yeah. Well, apparently they said I was concussed, and then I went to the doctor, and I got evaluated by 3 real doctors, and they all said I was good. I mean, I got it. I'm gonna actually put in a complaint, and file the fight to be issued a no contest, because he clearly faked a lot of those groin shots, and then the commission just didn't have my back. I mean, I don't know what was going on. 2 of the doctors told me I could fight. One of them told me I couldn't, and then they said I couldn't. Everyone was running around back there. The Ishii guy was like, "Oh, I'll fight." And like, we were all kind of just,
Dude, well, I mean, look, the thing about you, man, is
PFL was like, let's send the most entertaining person we can out there, and
what I like about you though is that you were like we were like in the caveman days. You'd be running shit. You're just like a savage. Like I was telling Mayhem, you started fighting at gas stations.
What's that about?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that story is a little crazy. It was a small town fight. Me and Mike Perry were fighting a couple of amateur fights back in the day, and there was the Mount Dora Sports Bar, quotation here. It was an abandoned gas station lights. When the pumps were gone, they set up the ring, and
hell yeah!
It's a pretty good card. We all threw down out there. It was an exciting day of fights.
And then there was one guy you were telling me that like your dad was like, the guy was like 80 pounds heavier than you, but your dad was like, you better fuck this guy up. He was like the what happened there?
They tell me to come in as close to 170 as I can. I think I got to 178, and then the guy I'm fighting shows up like 218, and I'm like, well,
damn.
He didn't do a good job. We fought, and then my dad's like, well, if you lose, you got to walk home, and I won. So
that's awesome.
By the way, I was telling you. So I met your girlfriend or your wife. Girlfriend, beautiful girl, very timid and like very sweet. And then I went to tag her on Instagram. She got 600,000 followers. She's like the biggest. She's like, what's this about? I mean, some of those pictures, I don't want to say anything, but very attractive woman. I mean, gorgeous. But
yeah, you wouldn't expect her to be as shy as she is.
No.
Well, that's just her, man. She's a sweet person.
Where did you meet her?
Nice girl.
Instagram.
I actually met her at UFC. I met her at UFC gym a couple years ago. They were up there doing the photo shoots, and one of the photographers asked her to do an interview with me, and it went well.
I'll say. Hell yeah, bro. Living the dream, this guy.
So now his fights, by the way, either he knocks the person out, which is almost all the time.
Yeah.
Or a couple times he gets knocked out. Like your fights almost never go to decisions. Ever.
That's what the people want to see.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
But your last fight, so it was like a slobber knocker, let's call it, right?
All right.
Just going at it. And they interviewed his dad, and they were like, during the fight, and they were like, so he said he's going to be a lot more tactical during this fight. What, you think that's happening? His dad's like, oh, absolutely. Meanwhile, they're just like going blow for blow. And then I'm like, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that, it was the first time they mic'd him up like during the fight, so he said it was like a lot going on, so he was trying to watch the fight, and they're asking him questions. He's like, yeah, sure, whatever, okay.
Yeah, it was so funny, dude.
Was your dad like a big part of you getting into fighting? Like what part does he play in your career?
He used to kickbox in the PKA.
Hell
back
yeah.
in the day.
Oh man, I know that one, yeah.
He taught me and Mike Perry how to kickbox. When me and Mike started together, Mike was mostly a boxer, and I was a basketball player. We'd been in some street fights, and my dad helped us out and was honest with us along the way. He didn't know grappling, he didn't know jiu-jitsu or wrestling, so he took us to the right places. And I think that helped us out a lot, because most coaches are, you stick to this, so I'm going to teach you this. And he was like, well, you guys don't learn jiu-jitsu and wrestling, you're going to get fucked up. So
nice.
Let me tell you what I know. And he helped us out a lot along the way, and I really will always appreciate him for that. He was honest with us.
So how you like in LA?
It's nice, man. It's different. I'm from Florida, so it's like the same thing, but there's mountains. I mean,
Right.
it's cool.
I never heard anybody say that about LA. It's like Florida with mountains.
Well, listen, Alex Nicholson, man, like I am a fan of yours. I'm telling you, we hung out a couple times. You were the most humble dude. But I gotta ask you, because you were at 185, right? And
Yes,
now
sir.
you're 240.
Hell yeah.
And you're just fucking shredded at 240. How did you do that?
Dude, just a lot of hard work, man. Nutrition was key, and I was cutting from 220 to 185. I mean, it wasn't easy. As I got older, the weight cut became too much. And I mean, when I fought Sam Alvey and also Jack Hermanson, I barely made weight. I felt sick, and luckily my body took to it the next day. But I think when I fought Sam Alvey in Mexico, I think I was 216 the day of the fight from
Wow.
85, which is the most I ever did. And I didn't feel good till, past 2 o'clock. And I was like, oh man, I got to fight tonight.
Yeah.
And then with Jack Hermanson, it really didn't play out at all. I went all the way to Sweden, and then I felt like shit. I looked like shit, and he kind of kicked my ass. And at least I have an excuse for it,
Well, listen, man. I mean, you start off. You're a Golden Glove champion of Florida. You start out your MMA career 0-2 as an amateur, and then you went 10-0 as a pro. That's fucking amazing, right there. Because a lot of people
Gotta learn how to grapple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you credit. That's what you credit it, huh? You figured out how to grapple that.
To be real honest, yeah, like I had to learn how to get up. I mean, an amateur, those guys were like, yeah, right, I'm not going to fight this guy. Just take me down and effortlessly have their way with me. I mean, I used to see it on this MTV show back in the day.
Yeah,
They
for
were
sure,
also-
yeah.
Well,
Got to learn how to
at least you were
grapple.
there
Yeah,
to
it's
kick-
good, man.
At least you were there to kick their asses too. I mean,
Yeah. Nice. Hell yeah.
it's like, but technique goes a long way. You got athletic guys. You can only do so much if you don't have the talent to go along with it. So
Yeah.
I do credit a lot of that to the good old sprawl and brawl.
Hell yeah.
Chuck Liddell didn't have that whizzer, he would have never been who he was.
True. It's accurate. This is a wise man right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait for your next. I hope they give you a fight on New Year's Eve at PFL, and then next year you're gonna win that $1 million.
They should let me and Barroso just fight to the death.
Ball kicks legal.
Well,
Yeah.
well,
He might not sign that contract.
absolutely not. Well, thank you, Alex, for
you
coming on the
stay
show,
up,
man.
bro. You stay up. We're looking forward to big things from you, bro. You're doing awesome, man.
Thank you guys for your time, man. I appreciate
yeah.
you guys a lot.
Thank you,
Thank you,
brother.
bro.
Have a good one, guys.
You too.
Take care.
That's a
you.
good dude right there. Man.
Yeah.
He's cool. I'm excited to see his next fight now. You know what I mean? I'm pretty pumped up about it.
He's just like a real. That's a
what
man.
a good dude.
It's a man's
man, right? Look at that beard. Jesus that
Christ.
beard. I didn't want to fanboy on his beard too, babe. That thing was just ridiculous. You're right.
Dude.
Caveman status.
Yeah, like, he's a guy that like I wanted to make him laugh in the crowd.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I wrote a bunch of jokes about him that they didn't air, and I was like,
What?
I'm like, he lost his last fight because he couldn't find his neck, or just like I was making fun of him, but I was like looking over, like making sure he was laughing, like,
Please laugh.
like you never know where you are with that guy a little bit, like.
I know. He's like got that like kind of dead face where he's
Fucking like that pit bull.
Yeah,
Like, I think
exactly.
this pit bull likes me, or he might kill me.
Yeah, I hear you.
Speaking of which, Hector Lombard. All right, so I'm gonna try to get Hector Lombard on the show because he's doing bare-knuckle boxing now.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Which is great because Hector Lombard, I think, left his gym because he was beating up everybody during the warm-ups.
Yeah, I heard that Hector's goes hard in training. I heard that's his thing.
I heard like some parents were like bringing their kids there to train with him.
He just beat the shit out of the children.
Yeah.
But think about the children, Hector.
But teenagers, like
Perfect. Just the right age where their bones are not brittle yet. You can just tear them apart, slam them on their heads, and they come back real quick.
Can you imagine that happens? Like, I'd like.
That a pro fighter beats the shit out of your high schooler? Yeah, I can't imagine that.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. How much?
I mean, at least he's not beating up middle school kids.
Well, the one
Adam Hunter.
Yesterday during practice, I was actually proud of myself.
Double-legged the shit out of an 8th grader? Yeah, I believe you.
I've never hurt a kid once. Yesterday...
Bro, their time is... And like I said, because the youth, they bounce back from injuries quick.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
The only time kids are really hurt during wrestling is when they want to go back in. The kids that are too tough,
yeah,
they're like, oh, I'm fine. And I look at their fingers like off there. And
I know. I've seen kids at practice like just get gnarled, and you like it would have really severely injured an adult, but they just like pop back up.
But I got to tell the kids, no, you're not wrestling. It's when the kids are really hurt, the kids that are too tough for their own good.
I know. Yeah.
That's the ones that I have to worry about.
You know, and it's partially like our culture. Like wrestling culture is kind of like, you're supposed to just shake everything off.
That's what fucked me up in jiu-jitsu. That's why I tore my ACL.
No.
Because I'd done wrestling my whole life, and you're told to power through everything.
Yeah, I know.
Get off your back.
I know.
There's no tapping in wrestling.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, I'm okay, and pop.
But I mean, there's that thin line. You know what I mean? There's a thin line between pushing through injuries and not fucking yourself up.
I wish you were there to tell me that fucking line. I wouldn't spend...
Listen, I don't know the line. Only you can know your line. And when I was younger, me too, I would do the same. That's why I'm dealing with injuries, like now, because like when I was younger, I just didn't care. I just would go, oh, this hurts, whatever. I'm training tomorrow.
I got so much out of wrestling. I wouldn't be a comic if not for wrestling. I owe my whole life to it. But there's things that fucked me up that I wish I would have had an older brother or a better. Not that I had an amazing coach, but like weight cutting. I can't step on a scale right now without feeling like I've failed.
What do you mean? I every day call myself I'm like a fat girl.
In the morning, I step on a scale and I go, oh shit, I'm 182.
We're manorexic.
And
now.
then I go, oh, but like I would never make like 170. Like, I'm like,
what are you worried about? Yeah,
in my head,
I know. You're always about to make weight for the state finals. I know.
And in my head, I associate food with guilt.
Yeah, I know. Me too. It's a weird. You know what? I'm glad we're out here talking about this, like two sex abuse survivors right now. I can't even eat a whole cookie.
My coach would be like, earn your meals.
I know.
I would weigh in before.
My grandpa, I was at my sister's wedding one time. My grandpa was like looking at me like, wrestler doesn't eat that shit. Like I had a cake. I couldn't eat a piece of cake in peace because my grandpa was like, wrestler don't eat that. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, well, that's why I quit wrestling, because I was in college and cutting from 150 to 134 every week. Yeah. And I should have just been second string or like red-shirted. But in my mind, I have to start because I was a star in high school. I got to be a star in college. Yeah. And I snapped. I didn't have...
You just drowning your pain in Dr. Pepper. And
sleeping with like 8 layers on to sweat out, or the windows open and shivering in upstate New York, so that I would like...
Drinking your water out of your toothbrush.
Spitting. If I brushed my teeth, I would gain a pound.
I know.
Because the water from the toothbrush would absorb. I must have the worst breath ever.
Oh, you do.
Oh, thank you. Fuck you guys. What I was gonna say. What were we talking about? I'm trying to get Hector Lombard on the podcast.
When is his fight? Let's just
He says he wants to do bare-knuckle boxing.
Oh, but he doesn't have it signed yet.
He signed with he's signed with BKB official. He's looking huge. I mean,
the guy always walked around big. He was always a specimen. But he's going to do bare-knuckle boxing?
I do get nervous, though, because he was I think, Olympian judoka.
Yeah, he was.
And his hands were always down.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not sure that's good for bare-knuckle boxing.
Maybe not. But at the same time, though, from what I've seen in bare-knuckle boxing is that they can use a lot of pummeling techniques, kind of, like a lot of clenching and whatnot. And I think that would be beneficial to him. I think that he'll be able to, off-balance guys and punch them better than most people. I'm not sure, and I wonder how he's going to train for that and who he's going to train with. I mean, this new era of bare-knuckle boxing, is kind of strange.
I didn't think it was going to last. I was like, this is going to be
I did.
Really?
As soon as I saw it, I was like, because it's just different enough from MMA that it attracts attention. And these days, I mean, to get eyeballs on your product, it has to stand out, and that's what's happening. And it's kind of hit that viral sensation type thing.
Well, so this Friday night, John Salter, who's awesome, is fighting Costello Von Steenis in Bellator, who's 12-1.
Great pronunciation. But
I don't know who that is, but King Mo's fighting.
Nice.
I kind of wish he wasn't. I love King Mo, but I mean, his chin is not what.
Who's he fighting?
He's fighting Andrew Capel, who's 16-4. And look, I'm a huge King Mo fan.
Yeah.
I think King. You trained with him right before?
Yeah.
I think King Mo is one of the coolest, best people. Just a nice guy.
He's great.
And he's everything. All right. But King Mo, in his prime, was the guy who beat Musasi.
I know.
And King Mo is 21-9, and he lost 3 fights in a row, all by knockout. Lost to Ryan Bader in 15 seconds, lost to Liam McGarry, lost to Jerry, I don't know, Prochaka, that's my point. He beat Rampage his last win, and he lost to Crow Cop. He got knocked out. So he lost 4 out of 5 by knockout.
It's a rough business there, bud.
But he's made a lot of money.
Yeah.
He's just really good in TNA wrestling.
Yeah.
He's an announcer. He's a charismatic guy.
He is.
So why is he doing this?
I don't know. What do you think?
Money.
Oh, okay.
Fame. Misses it. Doesn't want to go out on a loss. Wants to keep, I get it. I get it. I'm rooting for him to win. I just get nervous, man. My girl Leslie Smith is fighting. Love Leslie. She's a comic. She's a girl. She's done comedy with me. She's really funny.
Really?
She's also insane. She got a tumor removed from her stomach the day of a comedy show. Like that afternoon, tumor removed from her stomach.
That's
that
hot.
night, hot?
Yeah. Sorry. I got a weird fetish.
You have a tumor fetish?
Yeah, I got a weird tumor fetish.
Really?
Yeah.
My wife, we just started dating, and I was like, look at the video of Leslie getting a tumor removed, and she's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you people?" So yeah, and then Tyrell Fortune's fighting, who's a 7-0 great wrestler. Then UFC from Russia this week, Zabit. This guy's Zabit. He's like Khabib's training partner. He's amazing.
I heard of this guy, yeah.
He does everything right, super slick, amazing submissions. He's fighting Calvin Kattar, who's 20-3 from Boston.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's good, Calvin Kattar, but Zabit's fighting in Russia.
He's what? He's fighting what?
In Russia.
In Russia?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's going to be hard for Calvin to win this fight.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for Calvin.
All right.
But,
You know what? I'm rooting for Khabib's training partner.
Really?
Yeah, just so we can argue about it next time.
Well, he probably is going to win, but I'm rooting for Calvin. Alexander Volkov, they call him Drago, is fighting Greg Hardy. So Volkov is 30-7, 30 wins.
Yeah, he's a beast.
7
yeah.
losses. Greg Hardy's 5-1. His last fight.
Hey, you know what I mean? A little bit of less experience there. Yeah, we'll see what.
His last fight, he used an inhaler.
Oh, that's the
he's the
same
guy-
one?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, that sounds familiar. Why am I getting short of breath right now when I hear that guy's name?
The fight before that, he kicks the guy in the face.
Listen.
Soccer kick.
This guy is just a bucket of yucks right there. This guy is hilarious. Like, he's the damn TMZ of UFC. This guy's awesome.
A bucket of dude.
Yeah.
He got kicked out of the NFL.
I know.
For like.
Listen, I know
domestic
who we're
abuse.
talking about now. At first, I didn't know, but then now you reminded me. And yeah, this guy's hilarious.
A bucket of yucks.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You know, a guy who just can't stop being funny.
Can't, of course. Danny Roberts is fighting. Zalim and Madova. They got a bunch of Russian guys. Ed Herman. You know Ed Herman, short fuse.
Hell yeah.
He's fighting a guy, Kalidas Ibrahimov.
Cletus.
Who's 8-1.
Cletus?
Kadis. Khadis. Kadis. My man,
Cadiz,
Anthony
bro.
Rocco Martin,
Oh, yeah?
whose name is Tony Martin, who was dating Kayla Harrison. You know who Kayla Harrison? So this girl won the Olympics twice in judo. She's in the PFL.
Yeah.
Won 155. Good looking girl. Like sometimes people look better in person. Not that she doesn't look good on camera, but when in person you're like, whoa. You're like, you know what I'm saying, right?
No, totally, yeah.
Or other times people look better on camera, and in person
Yes.
you're like,
I know.
Okay.
You know what's funny is a lot of actresses and whatnot look awesome on camera. Real life. Ugh.
Yeah, she's the opposite. So this girl was dating him, and they were together, and she gave him the nickname Rocco for branding. and now they broke up. So now he has a nickname Rocco. I don't know, but he's keeping it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, look, if a girl, leaves a blanket at your house, right?
Right.
And then takes off, it's your fucking blanket. So good for him.
So by the way, the PFL created a whole division for her at 155.
Oh, really?
And she's gonna win $1 million.
The big girl division.
And yeah, but no one's even come close to even. She beat some girl 30-26, and then oh, by the way, this is Hector. Hey, Hector.
Maybe you should put it on speaker.
Hello. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, could you click on that link I sent you and put in that passcode so we could see you?
What are you, fucking tech support now?
Thank you, brother. All right.
Bro, come on. Well, look, we got like a bunch of people at the Speedweed Studios working.
Yeah, exactly. They're on fucking weed. By the way, it's called Better Box Studio, which I think sounds like...
Better Box?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I need some of that.
How's everything going with you and the ladies?
Fuck, it's, it's going.
Are you...
Sort of.
I know you went on that one date with...
What? No, I didn't.
But didn't she bring her cousin?
Yeah.
That sucks.
8 cousins.
She brought 8 cousins?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
I fucked them all.
And then also on this card, a bunch of Russian people that I've never heard of. Jessie Jess. You know this girl?
Yeah, I know the name.
So she's this like hot chick from Australia.
Oh, good eye.
She's got an eye tattoo. She's super cool.
She got a tattoo on her eye?
Yeah.
That's gangster.
So we're talking to Hector Lombard.
Hey-o.
The man, the myth, the legend. This guy, what's up, man? He was the Bellator champion. How do I turn this up? He's beaten a lot of guys. He destroyed Jake Shields. He destroyed a lot of guys. How are you, Hector? I just see your bicep right now. I can't actually see you, but how are you, man?
That's my boy. That's my boy right there, Miller, man. Miller.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What's up, Lombard?
Do you guys ever meet?
Man? What are you, man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm doing all right. I mean, I'm free.
So
good to see you back in the mix.
Thanks, bro. Thanks.
how are you doing, Hector?
Hey, let me ask Miller, are we gonna see you back in the ring or what?
I have no plan. You know what I mean? Bro, I'm just like enjoying smelling the free air and not paying for everything with ramen noodles. You know what I'm saying? I'm living all right now. I'm figuring it out. I appreciate you asking.
Yeah, you're a legend of the sport, man. What the fuck?
God bless you, man.
Yeah, Hector Lombard.
I love this.
He's not one of those guys that's gonna blow smoke. Yeah,
I know.
So Hector, the word is you signed with Bare-Knuckle Boxing.
Oh yeah.
Do you have a fight coming up, or?
Yeah, February 1st.
February for who are you fighting?
Not yet. I should know by next week.
Now, how do you train? Now, I know that like a lot of times you're so good at judo, you're an Olympian judoka, but you hit so hard, but your hands sometimes are a little down. Do you have to keep your hands up for bare-knuckle boxing?
Yeah, I think so.
Awesome.
We'll find out.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah.
Now, how do you train for bare-knuckle boxing?
Just train normal, like everybody, like I've been doing.
Yeah. All right. I mean, but do you train with like your gloves off or just wraps?
Sometimes, but it is what it is, man.
Of course. Now, I've been looking at your Instagram. You look not like huge as in fat, but you look like the Incredible Hulk right now. I mean...
Yeah, big. Yeah, I put some weight on. I'm fat, man. I just back. I'm back from a long layout.
Yeah.
I was in training, so I'm coming back.
You're coming back. Okay, that's okay. Because I mean, it's scary. I think of you bare-knuckle boxing. I'm like, holy shit! Like that would be like if they brought back Fear Factor.
Yeah, this guy punches hard. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm interested.
Hey! Let me ask. Let me ask Miller. Let me ask you a question, man.
Yeah. I love the Lombard comes on the show and starts interviewing me.
You gotta let me
What's up, man?
You gotta let me be me.
Go ahead. Go.
Hey, man. I want to ask you why you did with that amazing program that you had, that everyone used to love it.
Yeah.
And somehow you just kind of like disintegrated. What happened? What happened to?
Oh man, that's a long form question right there. This guy's. I'm glad you got call waiting right now.
So tell him what happened.
Tell me what.
No, tell him
bro,
what happened.
It's a short and long story, kinda. I mean, I just got caught up, bro. Caught up in the wild MTV lifestyle that just headed me down the wrong path, dude. I got, it's kind of that old story. You get injured, and you instead of like coming back and rehabbing, you lose your friends, you drink, you fight the cops, and then eventually, you start listening to social media, and you just disappear into a depressed void and end up, coming out of jail and cleaning up. So, I'm back on a good path now.
Can you go back and start doing that program again?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you know what? I'll definitely, I'll make a stab at it. That's for sure. Are you driving right now and interviewing me? Oh, where are you right now? Is he really driving?
You moved to Orlando. I heard, Hector, at American Top Team, you were beating up everybody, and that's why they kicked you out, or that's why you left, because there was nobody else for you to beat up. Is this true?
I'm losing you. I'm losing you for a minute.
Yeah, I heard you beat everyone up at American Top Team.
I did not.
Oh, you didn't. That's what I heard. Now, I know you're a big Trump supporter. You're a big fan of Colby Covington. How do you think the Colby versus Usman fight's gonna go?
I mean, Colby, like or hating, Colby's a hell of a fighter. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, his style is it's not the most amazing to watch, but he's like fucking a nightmare to fight. Because when you think he's gonna strike, you take it down. When you think he's gonna take you down, he throw punches, and it's so awkward to understand that style that it's very hard to fight this guy.
What about Usman though?
I mean, yeah, Usman is more like I feel like Usman is a little bit more predictable than Colby, to be honest. And it's less awkward because the awkwardness of Colby is what makes people hard to figure him out. I mean,
yeah,
like it's so hard to read. You don't even expect this guy to throw a punch, and next thing you know, he's throwing you a punch.
Right.
It's just like it's hard to read.
You guys trained a lot together, right?
I don't know. We didn't really train that much because at that time, he was up and coming.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Now, you guys have a similar opponent in CB Dollaway. So you gave him a noogie. So he was beating CB Dollaway, and then the bell rang, and he hit him.
CB Dollaway is a bitch. All right? That motherfucker is a pussy.
So he hit him right when the bell rang, and then CB couldn't.
Yeah, wait.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait. Listen. Everybody knows CB wanted to find a way out. We all know that. He didn't want to be there. He's a coward. He's a pussy. He found an excuse.
Yeah.
And that's second to none.
Yeah, I was sitting right behind. I think he was dating Demi Lovato at the time, and he went down, and then all these girls left. They were like, "Oh no!" And then he was like, "Come on, you pussy!" I was right there. Hector was getting the best of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was only a matter of time. I think in the second round you would have finished him, but it was unfortunate that you hit that the bell thing happened.
But besides winning or not, I mean, you have to kill me in there, and because you're doing the interview with me, but whether it's in the street fight, or whether it's in the real fight, or whether it's in the cage fight, I'm coming. Yeah, I can get beat, but I'm not gonna just give up.
Yeah.
In another hand, he's a pussy. He's a coward. He's got no balls, man. He's got no mango. I told him, you're a coward.
Mango.
Tell him, Miller, it's like
awesome.
Miller. You have to kill, Miller.
You said it all, bud.
One thing I have respect for Miller is because Miller's the same. You gotta kill this motherfucker. He's gonna keep coming at you. You know what I mean? And we're gonna lose, but I respect him because he's not gonna give up.
Yeah.
He's gonna keep trying.
Right.
You know, it's kind of
Of course.
like Nate Diaz. These kids, they're gonna keep coming at you. You know, and I respect that. You gotta respect that.
Now, what are
These
your
guys are
thoughts?
pussy, man.
Now, what are your thoughts
Yeah.
on what happened with Ben Askren? Did you? I know that you and Askren trained together, and
It's another pussy. You know, Ben Askren is another pussy. Ben Askren is another pussy. I told him multiple times, Ben Askren, you are a wrestler. You're not a fighter. Fighter's special.
yeah,
Yes, you get away. You're getting away with with the wrestling, with the takedown and laying down and laying prey and being boring and all that crap that you've been doing till one time things gonna get there. Eventually did,
yeah. Of course.
right?
I mean, that was Well,
So-
I mean, but don't you think that Ben would have done better if they would have signed him like 5 years ago?
It's not about signing him 5 years or no. It was about time because Ben Askren had no skills, and he's got no heart. Yeah, he's a wrestler and he take you down. He stayed there, but I've been seeing him multiple times. Even when he fought Santos, Santos beat the fuck out of him, and he just fucking quit. He quit in the fight. They don't talk about that fight, but I'm telling you that for a fact. I saw that fight, and Santos kicking a couple times, and he just give up. He's like, that's it.
Where are you right now? What's going on?
At the house, bro.
Are you? Is this your
Yeah,
house?
I'm the house,
are
man.
you doing a booty call? What's going on here?
Like the
man.
beginning of a weird porno right now.
Wait, let me get in my car.
No, stay here. This is better. I like this. Who's that? Who's that girl back there?
That's my girlfriend.
Is it the girl that
Hey,
used to
say
be in
hello.
Bella's? Oh, hey, how's it going?
Hi, good. How are
Hi.
you?
Good. How are you?
No, I'm not that girl.
No, he's trying to fuck around.
I'm a different girl.
He's fucking around.
No. We like you.
Gotta be
No,
in
we like-
trouble.
Don't get myself in trouble, bro.
Welcome to Cheaters. No, we can. No, no, I'm kidding. I didn't. Don't hang up, dude. No, she's pretty, man. Good for you, Hector. Hello.
See, you fucked up, bro.
I didn't
Why-
fuck it. Oh, no,
there we
he's
go,
back.
there we
He's
go.
back. She's pretty, man. Good for you, man.
Yeah, what about me? I'm pretty too, nigga.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, but she's a little prettier. So you're training in Orlando. Did you move to Orlando because of her?
No, I'm not training Orlando.
Oh, well, where are you training now?
I'm still here in Boca.
Oh, you're in Boca. Okay, 'cause last time I was in Boca, I texted you. You're like, oh, I moved to Orlando.
No, I was in Orlando totally because I was for the Bare-Knuckle.
Oh, the Bare-Knuckle. Got it.
The Bare-Knuckle fight was in Orlando.
Now, are you gonna fight Vanderlei
But
Silva?
hey, listen, wait. Let me go back to Bang because I want to finish with Bang.
Ben
I
Askren.
haven't
got it.
finished with
Okay, sorry about that. Go ahead. Okay.
Ben Askren is a pussy. He's a wrestler. And he's got no mango.
I'm gonna
Miller,
put that in
Miller,
my
Miller, come on,
mangoes.
Miller,
bro.
take-
I'm
take
busting
this
that in there.
motherfucker
Got no mangoes. This motherfucker got no mangoes.
This guy's he's podcast gold.
Yeah, he is.
He
Oh,
did-
good.
Hey, Miller.
Yeah.
Miller, tell these motherfuckers, man. They don't understand, man. Like, it's two different types.
Yeah.
It's two different types. One guy, he pretends he's a fighter,
Yeah.
and another guy who is a fighter.
Yeah.
Ben Askren is a pretender.
Yeah.
Listen.
Now,
He pretends he's a fighter, but he's not a fighter.
Now, Hector, I had heard
Yeah.
that someone was mad at their son, and they brought their teenage son to spar with you to teach him a lesson at American Top Team, and you beat up some teenage kid for the guy's dad. Did that happen?
Say it again?
I heard someone was mad at their kid, and as punishment, they made him fight you at American Top Team. Is this true?
Mad at my kid?
No, not your kid. Like someone was mad at their own kid. Like they said, "Hey, your punishment is that you have to spar with him because they were being a jerk. The kid was being a jerk."
That's a joke.
That didn't happen.
That's a joke.
Oh,
No.
I thought he was about to say that kid has no mangoes.
Let me ask you a question.
sure. Whatever you want.
When you gonna have Kobe, at your show?
We had Colby on 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
He went off on everybody. He said Tyron Woodley sucks. He said Masvidal is a bum. He said Askren's sucks too. There wasn't a guy that he didn't say sucked. Pretty much. He liked, but everyone else he said it was like it was terrible. He said Usman. He called him fake snoozman. He called Ali Abdullah sleaze. He just went off.
Yeah, he was going off.
Yeah, Colby's next level.
That's my boy Colby. Colby's Colby. You know, let Colby be Colby. That's why his name is KO.
Of course, of course. So why do you like Trump so much?
I like Trump so much. You know why? Because he's the only politician that has done something for the country. The rest of the other ones is being a stupid fucks and being users and being a liars. And I'm starting with Obama. That motherfucker's do nothing. Obama's a prick. You know, that motherfucker never did anything for this country. He never did shit for black people. He never did shit for nobody.
Damn.
Now, is it also because you're from Cuba and Cuba was socialist and you don't want to go back to socialism because of how rough it was over there?
Or that too. You know, these people don't understand, like, there's no free lunch. You gotta work. And if you don't work, you're not gonna get, provide for your family. Whatever it is, you have to go and hustle. Everybody here expecting shit for free. And what they do, they kind of like feed you with lies. Oh, you're gonna get free health. You're gonna get free education. See, they get in there. Once they get in there, they say like, shut the fuck up, do what I should say.
This is some hard-hitting
That's what
political
the politicians
commentary
do.
right here.
I mean, this guy's been there. He's been there. Now, all right, different topic. But your fellow countrymen, Yoel Romero and Israel Stylebender, they're saying that's the next fight. You think Yoel beats Stylebender?
Is that a next fight? What happened to Costa?
I don't know. Dana's saying he's entertaining it, possibly having Yoel Romero versus Stylebender.
Oh shit. That's
Good
gonna be a
fight.
good fight.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good fight, right? Yeah. So
I don't know, man. Like, you don't ever underestimate Romero. Romero can come out with a boom.
Yeah, I know. The guy's insane. You and him both. I can't believe that you're 55 years old and how good you look, man. Honestly, you look great. So, I just want to say.
I really would like to stick on the main thing of politics, but obviously you have some kind of.
You know, when you get older, you really think about politics. This guy really. He's
Hector Lombard.
Yeah, yeah.
Hector, why don't you run? I'd vote for Hector. I'd vote for Hector Lombard.
I'm with Hector.
No, I won't run, but I'll tell you that for the fight. I'm going for my boy Trump, and for those that know, because honestly, now everyone is start jumping on the wagon, which I'm okay with it. But now I see everybody's going for Trump, and everybody on Instagram is going for Trump. I remember before he became a president, right?
Yeah.
I make a post. I got about 7,000 followers. 7,000 people unfollow me. I got abused. They were saying to me like, a fucking dumb fuck, stupid. And every single time that I would have posted about Trump, I would lose followers. And people would hate.
So you've always been for Trump?
Yeah, isn't it not true what I say in one of my posts, that he was going to be the greatest president ever lived?
I don't know. I think Lincoln might have him there, but I understand what you're saying. I mean, kind of.
Okay.
I like Grover Cleveland.
Really? So, all right.
So, changing the subject because you live in California, you might be in danger.
Yeah, bro, we can't do this. I know, we can't do this, bro. You're killing us over
Now,
here.
are you gonna fight Vanderlei Silva in bare-knuckle boxing?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I want to fight that prick.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I know it's scared of no man.
What about Vitor Belfort?
I just like the, Miller in your show. I think he's the most entertaining guy in the whole.
I know.
In the
I
whole
love this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, hey, listen. No, I'm saying the truth, man. Like I'm honest as you get. You know me, and I think that you are a very, good entertainer.
Well, God bless you.
You entertain people. No, this year you always being entertaining people, since you started doing your shows.
Thanks, man.
And-
I appreciate it, and that's why he keeps bringing
No.
me back, I guess.
Of course. Of course.
No, I really wish he would have you because he would add a stake to his company.
I think so. I think that's what we're doing now.
As soon as
he slowly started cutting out all the extra dudes in here. Now it's just me and you breaking it down.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And we used to do this on the jailhouse phone every day.
Yeah,
So
Mayhem,
it's kind of like
Mayhem was
a
in jail.
continuation of this.
He did a year and a half in jail. He called me every week, and I would give him updates about what's going on in life and how MMA and stuff like that. I actually pay for the calls too.
I know. I owe
No,
you a
I
couple
mean,
dollars.
honestly, I think MMA Roasters should have you as the main guy. And you know, to be honest, I have to say this because you are on air, right? You are we on air?
Yeah, we're recording. We're not live, but this will be up tonight or tomorrow.
Unless he edits you
All
out.
right.
No, absolutely not. No way.
I most say this, Mike. Jason Miller, he was the first motherfucker that started this shit with entertaining and
Yeah.
TV and reality TV, and the rest is a fucking copy.
Yes, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
They're all copying.
Oh man, I'm
It's-
glad somebody is
He's
fucking.
getting very fired up about it.
Hell yeah, I love
I'm
it.
saying the truth. I'm saying the truth. I don't fucking lie here, Mike.
I know you don't.
You
Never
know
don't
what?
lie.
I remember like it was a long fucking time ago. I was in Australia at the time.
Yeah.
And Jason already had his own show.
Yeah. I remember, back in the day, yeah.
And
Now,
it was super fucking successful, Mike.
He was. It was the biggest show.
I know.
Now, are you and Woodley
Right?
cool now? You and Tyron Woodley, you guys make up?
Nah, okay. Hey, no, I'm with Jason now at the moment, Mike. the rest, all right? The rest is copy. You know, I see like, you know, every single person out there, you know, they do like those little shows, those little interviews. All of that is a copy of fucking, he already was doing all that shit 10 years ago.
It's true. Yeah, it's very true. Very true, Hector. This is very true.
And nobody talks about it.
Nobody.
What's the name of this other guy? This guy that he sometimes he does a podcast with Joe Rogan.
Brendan Schaub, that guy?
Yeah. He, you know, you can see like he really studied you, Mike.
Yeah.
He really studied you, Jason.
Yeah.
Like he copies you. All these interviews with him eating with other people, all that was Jason. He would go and take the people to eat it.
My God, he's inspiring me right now. I got to get back out there.
This is Hector Lombard.
I know, I love it. Yeah.
He speaks the truth. He speaks.
Honestly, man, that, you know, that motherfucker, he should have give you a freaking a royalty for that stealing your
I agree.
ideas, Mike.
Royalty
Schaub,
checks.
he fucking owes you.
Yeah.
It's
All
true.
right.
It's true.
Oh yeah, he was the first guy to do it first.
I agree. Hector. By the way, have you seen how Hector looks lately? Dude, he's fucking.
Yeah.
Look at this.
He's a beast. He's always been a beast. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So, honestly, man, you had no idea, man. Like these motherfuckers, they're all copies, man. They copy and pass, copy pass. I haven't been impressed. I haven't been impressed in any of those fuckers. All right.
Yeah.
I haven't been impressed in any of those fuckers like they're doing interviews right now. Because Jason did all that shit before, Mike.
Of course.
He did it.
He did it. You're absolutely right.
Hell yeah.
1,000%. 1,000%.
So they don't got no fight for you, man? They're not telling you who you're going to fight? Like, oh, we got to wait till February?
Next week.
Next week.
Next week,
So
I'll let
you want to fight?
I'll let you
What
guys
about
know.
Vitor Belfort?
Yeah, I'm fighting too. Hey, listen,
What about Vanderlei and Vitor
I'm
at
a
the same
scared
time?
no man. I'm a scared no man, bro.
He's scared no man.
I know he's not. Yeah.
I know it's scared no man. So,
course.
before you go, are you in a hurry?
Just saying we got to wrap it up.
We got to wrap it up,
wrap it
man.
up pretty soon.
But yeah, you're
All right,
gold,
all right.
bro. You're gold.
All right, let me ask you a question, Jason, man. Why you
He's
start,
interviewing him.
What was that?
why you start wrapping up with this Bare-Knuckle shit, man? Like I think you could be a really good state for Bare-Knuckle.
Yeah, I'm not closing the door on any possibility, but at the same time, I'm just getting settled back to the real world. It's not exactly, it hasn't been a smooth transition, I'll just be honest with you. And who knows what that is
So
going to happen.
how long you was locked up, man? How long you was locked up?
Yeah, go.
A year and a half.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, you went a bit crazy, eh?
Yeah, I'll say.
You poop in
that's accurate.
you poop in the church.
Yeah.
You poop in the church after
You didn't poop in the church.
The legend keeps growing out of control, bro. And now he's just added another game of telephone to it.
You pooped in the church.
No,
Hang up on this guy. Hurry up and hang up on him.
I pooped in the church.
I pooped in a church. What the hell?
I was reading, right? I was reading that you pooped in the church. I was like, man, Jason.
I don't know who made
God,
that one up. You know what? Hats off to it. Let's just keep growing the legend crazier.
You pooped in a church.
Yeah.
He did it?
No,
He did or he did not?
No, he was naked in a church with a fire extinguisher. It's a big difference. There was no.
I
All right,
the
so
fire
what I heard,
Yeah. That's
what I heard that he broke in, and after he broke in naked, he destroyed the whole church, and then at the end he pooped. He pooped and then he took off.
I never heard that one,
Shit.
but thanks for adding
And I'm like,
another element
You know what
to
the
it.
funny thing about it is? That I believe it. I was like, oh shit.
He believed
Oh, he
it.
did it again.
Oh
shit.
man, so
he did it
coach the
happen.
kids
All right,
this
all right.
weekend.
Well, listen, Hector, thank you for coming on the podcast.
Bro. Yeah, you're gold, bro.
I can't wait
Thanks
to watch
so much.
your bare knuckle boxing.
Gonna see you fight again.
Hey,
and look, let's have him on the show.
We have to add you in the Bare-Knuckle, man. I say like if the Bare-Knuckle have you,
Man. God
Bare-Knuckle
bless
have to have a case.
you. All right.
All right, we'll definitely think about it.
Yeah.
All right, thank
All
you.
right.
Hey, thanks a lot, Hector.
Take care.
You're the man. We're
Peace,
gonna
guys.
check in with you when we know who you're gonna fight.
Thanks, Hector.
All right, brother.
All right, man. Yeah. Well, that went off the rails pretty quick and stayed off the rails the whole time, didn't it? You know what? I didn't expect anything less from him. That was perfect, and I'm not even offended that he thinks I shit in a church. Good for him. I'm glad.
Again. He thinks
Again,
he did it
I know I
second
did it
time.
new. Now I shit in a church. Whatever. That's fine.
He did it again.
Oh man,
Hector Lombard.
what a fucking madman! I love him.
He should have his own
Man, he already
interview.
does. I think he just talks on his phone like that all day. I think that we just ended up on it. Like I think he was doing his own show. Oh my god.
So all right, well, what do you got coming up?
Whatever. I'm shitting in the church, I guess.
Are you doing a diamond night? I don't want to pressure you. I thought
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, probably. Look, I don't have a lot of material, but I'll do it.
Just you
Yeah.
being there is, I think, is it a positive experience?
Yeah.
Okay, then you do it.
All right.
I don't want you to feel pressured or.
No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm just getting my feet under me. It's
Cool.
like a whole new world out here. I went away for a while and came back. The whole world's on fire. It's like there's like
Literally on fire.
strippers or like rappers now. Like what the fuck? Like that's what's going on. And fat strippers at that. You know what I mean? And then what? And then everybody is arguing on. Yeah, fat strippers are the new rappers.
Talking about Lizzo?
Yeah. The fuck is that? The fuck happened?
She took a DNA test and she's that bitch.
Yeah, apparently.
All right. Well, I will be next week. I'm going to be in Greenland.
Are you buying it for
doing
Trump?
Comedy for the U.S. military.
Nice.
What? I'm doing the Caribbean.
We have a base there?
I didn't even know that.
What the
We are.
fuck? We're
Then
everywhere.
November 20th, I'm at the Miami Improv. 21st, 22nd in Key West, Comedy Key West. December 9th to the 15th, I'm at the LA Comedy Club at the Stratosphere Hotel. Thank you for listening. Thank you to Better Box Studios. Thank you, Gino from Speedweed. Thank you, Hector Lombard. Thank
Yeah.
you, Alex Nicholson.
Yeah,
Thank you-
Nicholson.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Mayhem. Take care. Have a great week.
God bless you.